Hello students, standard 10 chapter number 15 probability. In our previous period there we solved the exercise 15 points, 14 sums we solved. Now we have to solve the question number 15 onwards. So in the question number 15 there is given 5 cards, 10, jack, queen, king and ace of diamonds. Right? So here diamonds 5 cards they give, question number 15 with 5 cards, 10, jack, queen, king and ace dimensions. So we can say the total number of cards is how many? 5. These 5 cards are there. Okay. Now they say are well shuffled. These 5 cards you have to well shuffled with their face down. One card is select. You have to pick up from the random. This from the 5 card you have to pick the one card. So they said. First question is that what is the probability of that the card is the queen? From this 5 card, if I take the one of the card, its probability is what? That card is a queen card. Right? So what we have to do? We have to take the as a event. So first question, we have to find out the probability of taking the card as a queen card. So getting the, let we have to assume event. Let the event A is equal to getting a queen card. Getting a queen card. So how many outcomes, favorable outcomes as a getting a queen card? So from this 5 card, there is only one queen card. So we can say only one favorable outcomes. So number of favorable outcomes to that event A is how many? Only 1. Right? Because in that 5 card only one queen card. Suppose if anyone say I have a diamonds, 10, jack, queen, king and ace, and one of the heart queen is also there. So we get the 6 card. In this one, 2 card we get as a queen card. But right now here diamonds queen is given, so only one favorable outcome. So that event's probability, getting a queen card's event probability. Here we have to write the favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes to event A. In denominator we have to write the total number of card or total number of outcomes. So what we get? Favorable outcomes we get 1. Total number of outcomes we get the 5. So probability of that event getting the queen card, its probability is 1 by 5. Now second question is given and this is important. Second one. They say if the queen is drawn and put aside from the 5 card, if you take a 1 card and if it is a queen card, then you have to put aside. Right? From these 5 cards you have to put that card as a side. Then say, what is the probability that the second card pickup is as an ace card and a queen card? Okay, after putting a queen card as a side, you have to find out the probability of an ace card's probability as well as queen card's probability. Okay, so after getting a queen card, or if the queen card is drawn, queen is drawn, then put aside and put aside. So you have to in place of if you have to write after the queen is drawn and put aside. So from the 5 cards, if the queen card is came, then if you put in the side, then how many total number of cards you get now? So total number of cards you have remaining. Total number of cards. How many cards remaining? 4. Out of 5, one card you have put aside. So you can say the total number of cards now remaining is a 4. Then after we have to find out the probability of getting a ace card and a queen card. So in that there are 2 questions is given. Okay. So we have to take the as a event. Let the event D. That event D is represent the getting an ace card. Now, this queen card is put in a side. Okay, so in that case, in second case, we have only ace, king, jack, king, and ace. That 4 card we have. Okay, from this one we take a 1 card. So if you take a 1 card, then you get an ace card. Its favorable outcome is what? Only 1, because only 1 ace card is there. So number of favorable outcomes to event B is equal to what? Only 1. So formula of probability of B event, favorable outcome is a putting a queen card as a side, its probability is 1 by 4. In which second question is given, find the probability of getting a queen card. So let we take as an event as a C, which is represent the getting a queen card. Right? So number of favorable outcomes we have to write. Number of favorable outcomes to event C. Now observe here. We have a remaining this 4 card. In this 4 card, queen card we are getting or not? No. Right? There is no any card which is a queen. So favorable outcome of that getting a queen card is what? It is a 0. Because we already put that card as a side. So in that 4 card, no any card is a queen card. So favorable outcomes we are not getting. Or we can say it is a 0. So probability of that after putting the queen card as a side from the remaining card, the getting a queen card, its favorable outcome is 0, and total number of outcomes, the total number of card is 4. So we get is a 0. So probability of getting a queen card is a 0. Whenever any event probability you get 0, so it means this is an impossible event, right? It is very clear because queen card you already put in a side. So in a remaining 4 card there is a not any queen card. So its probability is 0 only. Okay. So now question number 16 we have to solve. This is the 15th one. So we have to solve the question number 16. Now in the 16 there is given 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with the 132 good ones. So from the first statement we can say the number of good pens is equal to 132 and number of defective pens is 12. They say 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with the 132 good pens. This is our first statement. So from the first statement two the things we can write. Now it is not possible to just look at a pen and tell whether which one is a good and which one is a defective, right? So after mixing it 132 and 12, so total number of pen how many you get? 144. Total number of pen you get the 144. There 144 are mixed inside. Okay. Then after if you directly you cannot identify this one is a good pen or this one is a defective pen. So they say one pen we have to taken out from this random from this slot and determine the probability that the pen taken out is a good one. We have to find out the probability of the pen taken out is a good one. Okay. So this is our question. Whatever the question, for that we have to take an event and then event's favorable outcomes we have to write. Before that, from this statement we can write from inner lot. Here we define the inner lot. Number of good pen is 132. Number of effective pen is 12. So inner lot, how many total number of pens or total number of outcomes? So for total number of outcomes, we have to add them. A good one and defective. So we get the 144. Now whatever the question, for that we have to assume event. Our question is find out the probability of getting a pen taken out is a good one. So getting a good pen from the lot. So good pens favorable outcome we have to write. So number of favorable outcomes to event A. Now in a lot how many good pens are there? 132. So favorable outcome we get is a 132. We have to put the probability formula. P of A is equal to number of favorable outcomes upon outcomes to event A upon total number of outcomes. So favorable outcome is a 132 and total number of outcomes we get as a 144. Right? So this is divisible by 12. This is divisible by 12. 132 divided by 12. So 12 ones are 12, 1 2 ones are 12. So we get the 11 into 12. And 144 is a 12 square. So 12 into 12. So 12 cancel out. So we get the 11 by 12 is the probability of getting a good pen from a lot. Okay? 11 by 12. Now we have to solve the question number 17. Question number 17. there is given two questions there. First question we consider, and this question is very important. See, a lot of 20 bulbs. In a lot, they give the total number of bulbs is 20. A lot of 20 bulbs. So we define that thing. In a lot, total number of bulbs or total number of outcomes. In bracket we write as a bulbs. Is how many given? 20. In a 20 bulbs lot, 4 defective ones. So we get from this statement number of defective bulbs. How many given in a question? 4. They say one bulb is drawn at random. From the 20 bulbs, total number of bulbs is given. One bulb we have to take as a random. See, many of the students are getting mistake here. Their statement is very important. That statement is given, a lot of 20 bulbs contain 4 defective ones. So total number of bulbs here I write 20, number of defective bulbs I write 4. And many of the students, what do they do? 20 plus 4, 24. No, not that way. We have to write the total number of bulbs. In a 20 bulbs, 4 are defective ones. So good one is how many? Good one bulbs are 16. Okay, so that thing also I mentioned. So that's why it is clear for you. Number of good bulbs is how many? 16. Because in a 20 bulbs, 4 are defective. So 16 remaining bulbs which are good ones. Okay, now we continue the next question. One bulb is drawn at random from the lot. What is the probability that the bulb is defective? From this 20 bulb, we take the one bulb, and what is the probability of the defective bulb we get? So whatever our question, so for that we have to take the event. Event A. Event A is what? Getting the defective bulb. Right. So defective bulbs, favorable outcomes we have to write. So number of favorable outcomes to event A. How many defective bulbs in a 20 bulbs? Defective bulbs are there given a 4. So probability of event A is represented by numerator upon denominator. Numerator is a favorable outcome, which is a 4, and denominator total number of outcome is a 20. So 4 5 are. So we get the defective bulbs probability is 1 by 5. Right? This is the first question. Now second question. Second question is given in question number 17. Suppose the bulb drawn in first case. In that case, if you draw the bulb is not defective. Bulb drawn in a first case is not defective. Means you collect the good bulbs. Then mention, this is very important. If in first case there is a not defective bulb, then is not replaced. Not replaced means what? Suppose there are 20 bulbs are given. If you take the one bulb which is not defective means good one. This is a good bulb you take from the outside, from the inside, right? So good bulb, and as per the question is not replaced means that good bulb we have to not put in the lot again. If it is a good bulb, then you have to not replace in the lot. Okay, so here is from the 20, one bulb is we put outside, right? Because we are not replacing in a lot. So how many total number of bulb we get? 19. Another thing, in a 19, whatever the outside our bulb is gone, which is a good one. So from the 16, we get the one bulb is outside. So one bulb is outside. So 15 is a good bulbs, and 4 is a defective bulbs. Right? So that's why we get the 15 plus 4 is a 19 bulbs. Okay? So I hope all of you clear with that. In a second question, this is very important. This is given a bulb drawn in case 1. A bulb drawn in case 1. In this case 1 is not defective. Is not defective. In bracket I write not defective means what? Good. And is not replaced. Is not replaced in a lot. Right? So they say now one bulb is drawn at random from the rest. Now whatever the 19 bulbs are there, this is a rest bulb. what is the probability of that this bulb is not defective? So first of all, after the first case, how many bulbs are remaining? That thing here I mentioned. If you are not replaced the good bulbs, so we can say total number of bulbs now in a lot is how many? 20 minus 1, because we get the total number of bulbs now we get as a 19, because defective bulb we take outside and we not replace in a lot, so 19, in which 19 bulbs, number of defective bulbs is how many? Is 4 only, because here whatever the outside we take one which is a good one bulb, not a defective bulb, right? So good bulb we take, so remaining defective bulb as it is in a lot. So now number of good bulbs is how many? Number of good bulbs is, from the 16 we take the one is outside, so 16 minus 1 is a 15 good bulbs are there and 4 defective bulbs are there. Total number of bulbs in the lot is a 19. So question is given, what is the probability that this bulb is not defective? So for that we have to take the event, let the event be as a getting a not defective bulb, Not defective bulbs means what? What is the meaning of that? Right? Not defective bulbs means what? Not defective bulbs means it is a good one. And good one's favorable outcome we have to write number of favorable outcomes to event B. So good bulbs is what? 15. Right? So we have to define the probability of the event is, as we have to write the equation formula, favorable outcome in numerator, total number of outcome in denominator. So 15 we have to write here, and total number of outcome in this second case is what? How many bulbs? 19. So 15 by 19 is our probability of getting a non defective bulb in a second case. Okay, so that way we have to solve the question number 17. Now question number 18. We have to solve the question number 18. So in a 18, this one is also in a one periodic exam, the question is asked. A box contains 19 discs. In a box, one box is there. There are 19 discs are they arranged. Okay, and each disc are numbered from 1 to 20. So that way the one disc in which I represent as a 1 number. In a second disc is a 2. That way up to 90 discs are given and that are arranged in a box. Okay, all numbers, all players are all discs having a number from 1 to 90. So we can define here in a box from the first statement we can get the total number of discs. Total number of discs is how many? 90. So total number of outcome is a 90. Okay, because they give in a first statement. Now if one disc is drawn at random from the box, one of the discs you have to take outside. So they said find the probability of that. First question is given a 2-digit number. Probability for that we take the letter event A. Event A we are getting a 2-digit number. Getting a 2-digit number. What is the probability of the disc be taken out? Is a 2-digit number. Now see from the 1 to 90. From the 1 to 90. Right. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9. These number of legs are 1-digit number. After 10 onwards, 10, 11, 12 onwards, up to 90, all are 2-digit number discs. Right? From 10 to 90, all are the 2-digit number. So how many 1-digit discs? So we can say total 9 discs are there who has a 1-digit number. So what we have to do from 1 to 90, from the 90, what we have to do that 9 numbers we have to subtract. So we get the all remaining numbers which is a 2-digit number. So 2-digit number disc how many we get? 81. Clear? From 1 to 90 number is given in that disc. Okay, they said 2-digit number disk we require. So 2-digit numbers, how many plates we are getting? So from 1 to 90, this is a 1-digit number. So what we have to do, from the total 90 days, we subtract that 9 days which is a 1-digit number. From the 90, we subtract the 9 days which are the 1-digit number. So we get the remaining all are 2-digit number disk. So we can say that favorable outcomes of the number of favorable outcomes to that event is how many disks we get? 81. So probability of that event we can represent by favorable outcome is 81 and total number of disks is a 90. So this is a 10 nines and this is a 9 nines. So 9 cancel out. So we get the 9 by 10. In decimal form you can also write. This is a 0.9. As I told you, your probability of any event is always in less 0 to greater and less than or equal to 1. 0.9 is less than 1 here. Right? Now, second question. Second question in that a perfect square number. So let we take the event B. Getting a perfect square number. Getting a perfect square number. Perfect square number. So what is the meaning of that? Its favorable outcome is what? See, a perfect square number disk we require. So from 1 to 90, in how many days we get the perfect square? So 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64 and 81. Now if you take, then it is become 100. But 100 number disk is not given. Okay, so this is a perfect square. If you take the 1 number disk, then we can say it is a 1 square. If you take the 4 number square disk, 4 number disk, then we can say it is a perfect square of 2. Right? If you take the 9 number disk, then we can say it is a perfect square of 3. 16 is a 4 perfect square. 25 number disk, we can say it is a 5 square. Right? So how many disks we can say it is a perfect square? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So there are 9 disks. We can say it is a perfect square number. Right? So favorable outcome is what? Number of favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes to event B. How many disks we get? We get the 9. So probability of that getting a perfect square disk, perfect square number is represented by favorable outcome is a 9 and total number of disks are there is given a 90. So 9 tens are 90. So 1 by 10 we get. You can also write in a decimal form 0.1. And here is a third question is also given. Third question is also given, which is a number divisible by 5. A number. So let me take the event C. Event C. Getting a number divisible by 5. Getting a number divisible by 5. So from 1 to 90, which numbers are divisible by 5? I hope all of you know that a number divisible by 5. Suppose 5 and if last digit is a 0. If any number having a unit place digit is a 5 or last digit is a 0, then all these numbers are divisible by 5. So we have to identify from the 1 to 90, from 1 to 90, how many numbers which are divisible by 5. Number of favorable outcomes we have to write. Outcomes to event C. So how many numbers? That thing here I mentioned. From 1 to first number is a 5 is divisible by 5 and 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As I told you, the unit place digit is a 5 and 0. So these all numbers are divisible by 5. So we have to write all these numbers. Right? 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Up to 90 this is given, so that's why we write as a 90. Now if you count this all this, you will get the 18. Okay, so 18 days are there. which are divisible by 1. So probability of C is favorable outcome is 80 divided by total number of D's is given 90. Right? So we get the 18 5 so 1 by 5 is the probability of getting a number divisible by 5. Now question number 90. Question number 90. In question number 90 it is very simple. A child has a die. We all are in a die there are 6 spaces. But in a die, this die they give the letter. Not a count. We have to take 1, 2, 3 that way. They give the letter of this 4 of these faces are representing by this letter. As I told you, in a die there are 6 faces. In that 6 faces, for one of the faces is A, B, C, D, E, and another face is A. These 6 faces are given. So they said, if the die is thrown once, so what is the probability of getting a letter as well as B letter? So first of all, in a die, how many total number of faces? That thing we have to mention. Total number of outcomes, or you can say faces, is how many? Is 6. These 6 faces are there. Okay. Now first question is given. Probability of getting a letter. So for that we have to take the event. Let the event. Now here we cannot take as a event because A is given as a face. So I take the E is also given. Suppose I take the X as a event. As I told you, event you can take from the A to Z any alphabet. Okay. But here they give the A as a face. That's why here I am not taking A as a event. So let I take the X as a event, which is represent getting a letter. So whatever the event, its favorable outcomes we have to write. So number of favorable outcomes to event X. So in that all the faces, how many times we get A as an outcome? Here we can say in a 2 outcomes we get as a letter. So favorable outcome is a 2. So probability of that X event, its favorable outcome we have to write in a numerator. Total number of outcome we have to write in a denominator. So 2 3s are 6. So we get the 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is the probability of getting a letter. Second question is given. What is the probability of getting a D letter? So we take let the event be Y. We take as the event is a Y. And it is represent getting a D letter. Okay. So whatever the event, its favorable outcome we have to write. So number of favorable outcomes to event Y. So in that 6 spaces, how many times we get the D letter? Only 1 time. So we can say favorable outcome is 1. So probability of getting a D letter is represented by in a numerator favorable outcome we have to write, and denominator total number of outcome is a 6. So this is the probability of getting a D letter. Okay. Now see the question number 20. This is a geometrical probability sum, and there is a star is given. Means 20 numbers question, and which is not from the examination point of view. That thing is mentioned. Okay. But in short method, I will explain you the question number 20. If anyone asks then how to solve. See, as we represent probability of any events, that number of favorable outcomes we write in a numerator and total number of outcomes we write in a denominator. Right? That is our probability of any event. But geometrical probability sum is given. Geometry means what? There is a some shape is given. Square, rectangle, square, triangle. Right? This is a square. Right? So whenever that type of thing is given, geometrical things, then what is any event's probability? How we can find? So in that formula, here you write the number of favorable outcomes. So here you have to define the number in place of number, area of favorable region. Right? Suppose I want to say that there is a circle or rectangle. So I have to write in numerator area of that rectangle region. Okay. In denominator, total number of in place of total number of outcomes, we have to write the total region, area of total region. area of total region. Okay, so that equation you have to remember for the geometrical probability. One of the question is given geometrical probabilities, one of the question is given, and in that they mention not for the examination point of view. Okay, but you have to remember that equation. So very fast, very quick, I take this example: 3 meter and 2 meter. Length is that rectangle length is given 3 meter, breadth is given 2 meter. Inside there is a one circle. The question is given that way. Suppose you draw a die at random on a rectangular region. Your total region is rectangular. And as per the shown in figure, what is the probability that it will land inside the circle with diameter is 1 meter? In that rectangular region, one die is there, and what is the probability of that? Our die is land in that circle, which is inside the rectangle. Okay, so our die we want to in that portion, right? So it is a circle. So our favorable regions is a circle. Circle region is our favorable region. So circle's area we have to write, and circle's area how we can write? Area of circles. Its equation is what? Pi r square. But here they give the diameter. So diameter is a 1. So radius is a 1 by 2. So here we get the pi into radius value is 1 by 2 all square. So pi into 1 square is a 1, divided by 2 square is a 4. So pi into 1 is pi by 4. That is unit square we get. Okay, this is a meter is given, so meter square is the area of circle. Now your area of total region. Total region is what? Rectangle region. This is a total area. So area of total, you can say area of total region. Total region is how we can define rectangle region. Rectangle region is what? We can define by L into B. L is given 3, B is given 2. So we get the 6 meter square. This is the area of total region. So they all this value we have to put here. Area of favorable region is pi by 4, and area of total region is a 6. So what we get? That pi divided by that 4 is multiplied with 6. So we get the pi by 24. This is the probability of getting the die land into the circle. Die land into the circle. Right? So that way question number 20 you have to solve. But as I told you, this is not an exam point of view, but you have to do this one. Okay? Because in some time board question, that type of question may be asked. Now question number 21. Question number 21. See, a lot contains of 144 ball pens, of which 20 are defective and others are good one. So in a lot they give 144 ball pens. So we mentioned from the first statement, total number of pens is how many given? 144, in which 20 are defective. So it means number of defective pens is how many? 20 is given, and the other ones are good. From the 144, 20 is defective, so remaining are what? Minus 20. So we get the 124. These are the good one pens. So we can say the number of good pens is how many? 124. Now Nuri will buy us a pen if it is a good. There is a one person, Nuri. Her condition is that if good pen is there, then she will buy. Otherwise, it will not buy. If defective pen she can, and then she is not buying. Right? So the shopkeeper draws one pen at random from this lot. From 144 pen, one pen is taken out, and he gives to the Nuri. So Nuri is take the pen. If it is a good one, then she will buy. If it is a defective, then she will return. So the question is that what is the probability that first question is given, she will buy it. So first question we solve. For that, we take the event A. in which our event is what? Getting, in place of getting, Nuri will buy a pen. Nuri will buy a pen. Nuri will buy a pen. This is our event as per the question. Right? She will buy it. So Nuri will buy a pen. So its favorable outcome is what? Number of favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes to event A. Event A's favorable outcome is what? Nuri will buy a pen. In which case? In which case, if it is a good one. So favorable outcomes we get 124. Nuri will buy a pen if it is a good one. So Nuri will buy favorable outcome is what? Good pens is how many given? 124. So probability of getting a Nuri will buy a pen, its favorable outcome we have to write in a numerator and total number of outcome we have to write in a denominator. Right? So that number is divisible by 4. So 31 fours are, right? And this is a 12 into 12. So we can write 36 fours are. So 4 cancel out. So we get the 31 divided by 36. Now second question is given. Nuri will not buy a pen. Nuri will not buy a pen. Its probability we have to find out. So let the event B we take, in which Nuri will not buy a pen. Nuri will not buy a pen. So Nuri when will not buy a pen? When it is defective, then he will not buy a pen. So defective pens how many given? 20. So number of favorable outcomes. Number of favorable outcomes to event B is how many? 20. So probability of getting a Nuri will not buy a pen is represented by 20 upon total number of pens is given in a lot is a 144. So this is a 5 forza and this is a 36 forza. 4 cancel out. So we get the 5 by 36. This is a probability in which Nuri will not buy a pen. Okay. 22 onwards we will solve in our next